Welcome back to In Ohio Country today. And joining me now, junior from Wapakoneta High School, Jack Fisher. And Jack is part of FFA and part of that group that went to Columbus for the Ohio State Convention. Jack, before we get started, let's talk a little bit about your background.
Well, first of all, I'm glad to be here and interviewing with you. My parents are Randy and Carrie Fisher. I grew up here in beautiful Wapakoneta. I actually lived in town before I moved out to the country, where I got the chance to pursue a career with livestock. I show beef steers at the All-Glaze County Fair.
Let's talk about raising cattle and being around that kind of environment. It's not like raising chickens. It's a 24/7 commitment, isn't it?
It definitely is a commitment. Right now, it's just about that point where it starts to get a little bit hotter in the weather. So what we do is we put them in a cooler room, and we have to keep observation on that all year round, all summer round, sorry. And we have to make sure that they get fed, watered, and that they have a cool place to go so they can grow up more hair and hopefully be more efficient for the fair.
When was your first involvement in FFA, and how has that expanded through your junior year?
So my father was a FFA state officer back when he was in high school. So my first experience with FFA started pretty young. Me and him would always try and go out to the consignment sale that the Young Farmers puts on to get involved and see what was happening around. But my first real experience came during my first public speaking contest my freshman year. That's when I finally got opened up to what a competition in FFA can really mean and what a future career could be.
And that had to give you a lot of not only ability to speak in front of people, but to be a leader. And what would you tell some of the young people out there getting started in FFA and some of the things that you've learned coming into it raw, not really growing up on a livestock farm, and where you've advanced in FFA?
Well, it has to start somewhere, and everybody's going to be nervous, and everybody's not going to do all the things that they want to do when they start FFA. I would encourage you to stick with it and try new things. I love public speaking, and I know that that's not something everybody wants to be a part of. Something I definitely learned through public speaking is that you're going to fail. You're going to get told you're not that good of a speaker. That goes with everything you do in FFA. There are going to be times where you're told you're not that good, and FFA teaches you to bounce back and try again.
What were some of the things you brought back with you from the FFA convention and state convention in Ohio this year?
So this year, I tried myself to run for state office. I did not get slated, sadly. So the lesson I learned was, once you fall down, don't let that be the root of your problems. Bounce back. And so the keynote speakers for that first session where I didn't get slated told us that no means just not right now. And so that just because I was told no now doesn't mean that I'm done, that I can always bounce back and try again next year. And so hopefully I'm going to try and run again next year for state office.
You know, every high school has their rivalries, whether it's Wapak and St. Mary's or whoever, and you get to meet a lot of those WBL participants in FFA at the state convention. And it really turns into an opportunity to break down some of those barriers and know that there are other people in that same environment as you. So talk about some of the people you met down there and some of the things that you learned from some other FFA students around the state.
So we had the opportunity, Grace Lamar and I, to interview some people down in Columbus for the state convention. And we interviewed some people from St. Mary's. It's a small world. We were down in Columbus together, and we got to interview them. But they told us about their favorite parts about convention and how FFA has shaped them into the people they are. But I also had the opportunity at a luncheon to meet people from other parts of the state down south. He's now the state vice president. His name's Henry Coisington. Yeah. And it was the opportunity to finally meet up with him. I met him at FFA camp once, and I had the opportunity to talk with him about his future in FFA and how he can help lead our state to success.
Let's talk about your advisors too, and maybe some of the future that you're looking at after your senior year.
So my advisors, Craig Samatanger and Ron Brown, have been my advisors for all 4.5 years so far of ag that I've been a part of. And so I know that Mr. Brown definitely is a pusher. He does not let anybody just sit in their comfort zone. He will always try and push you out and try and get you to be involved in more stuff. And Mr. Samatanger is just the same way. He's a little bit more comforting in some ways and helps push you through it. He's the one that really helps with public speaking a little bit and helps calm your nerves down when your coach is kind of yelling at you. So,
yeah, that's cool. Mm-hmm. That's very cool. Well, what's your future look like?
So hopefully next year when I graduate, I wish to attend Ohio State and hopefully pursue a career as an ag teacher.
If you had to talk to the viewers out there, the students that are out there, or even the parents that want to get their kids more involved, tell them why FFA is so good and how it's been good for you and the people that you know here in FFA.
FFA teaches you so many lessons, and so many different career opportunities are opened up through FFA. I would have never had the chance to weld, work with wood, or do any of the shop projects that I would have never done if I hadn't joined FFA. I maybe would have learned to weld ahead of time, but it wouldn't be near as good as I would if I went to ag class. There's so many different career opportunities and so many different leadership events that you could participate in and become a leader in your community and hopefully state.
And a shout out to your parents, too, for motivating you and keeping you motivated when it comes to FFA and FFA projects, both in the classroom and at home, right?
Yeah. My dad is definitely a pusher, too. He actually helps coaches the speakers here at Wapak. So every time public speaking comes around, he always is in the classroom and pushing everybody to be their best when it comes to public speaking.
And if people want more information about FFA, where can they go?
So they can check out our Facebook page at Wapak FFA or our Instagram page. We also have an Instagram page and recently a new TikTok page that's coming. But you can also check out the National FFA website at ffa.org.
Jack Fisher has been our guest, junior at Wapakoneta High School, participant in FFA. And Jack, once again, thanks for joining us.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
And we'll be back with more In Ohio Country Today right after this.